So Square Enix recently had a meeting where they were discussing the possibility, alluding to the possibility of more remasters to come in the future. They said that they are, quote, considering other options. Now this is extremely exciting.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
There are a lot of things that Square Enix could release that would be absolutely amazing as a remaster. Now, I'm not talking about that same Final Fantasy VII Remake action that we've been getting. That's wonderful, obviously, but that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. Now, remasters, I think, are just a little bit of upscaling, a little bit of extra features. We could use some more stuff like that. More accessibility to games that we haven't seen in a while. With that in mind, here's some games from Square Enix that I would love to see get remastered. Now, I just recently talked about Parasite Eve on a video about the shortest RPGs for the PlayStation 1, but daggone, that is a good game. It really is. It's such a banger of a game because it's short, it's to the point, it's really awesome. It's a unique kind of setting, it's a unique kind of battle. It's totally worth checking out for people. Now, this game looks pretty rough, honestly, by today's standards. I like the PlayStation 1 jaggies, but, I mean, a lot of people are turned off by that. It's almost memed at this point. Even upscaling this game on an emulator makes it look pretty nice. So if we could get Square Enix to take that source code or whatever and upscale our character models, upscale those cinematics, which I'm pretty sure AI can do nowadays, we could get some really incredible stuff out of this game. Now, with the game only being about, I think it was 9 hours or so, between 9 and 10 hours, something like that. Again, check out that other video. I couldn't see this being a very expensive one by any means, but I would be willing to pay, $40 or so for a physical re-release of the game, or $20 digitally or something like that. That'd be awesome. It would be great to see Parasite Eve get some love. Illusion of Gaia. Now, Illusion of Gaia is an Enix game, but, Square Enix has the rights to the Enix games too. This is one I think I would like to see even over Soul Blazer. Now, Soul Blazer was the first one in the set of the trilogy of Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, and Terranigma. But I didn't want to put Terranigma on here, even though that's the one I'm kind of really interested in, because it was only released in Europe. So I was like, with this list, I had to kind of narrow it down. I thought, I want to use some games that were released in the US that I'd like to see remastered. So Illusion of Gaia was my choice. It has beautiful sprites, it has all kinds of lovely stuff going on, but to see a remaster of this would be really cool. I'm going to mention a couple of other games on here that are 2D games, and I would love to see them as 2D HD remakes, but that's kind of more of a remake. That's a little more effort with like the Live Alive or Live Alive or whatever, however you pronounce it. That game versus just some 2D sprites like the Valkyrie Profile, one that we recently got. That wasn't HD 2D, but it was just upscaled. It looked really nice. It was lovely. But Illusion of Gaia, absolutely. I haven't played that game in years, and I think it would do well. I think it would do really well for people, and it would do really well for Square Enix. Oh, it just hit me. Oh, that makes so much sense.
How could I be so stupid?
It would be so great. It would be so wonderful to see all three of those games come out in some kind of trilogy. Like, oh, that'd be great. Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, and Terranigma all in some little digital collection, or like, God forbid a physical copy. Ooh. But that would be so awesome to see. And that would be money in the bank. Vagrant Story is another one that is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this game doesn't really use pre-rendered backgrounds. I think everything is 3D modeled. So there's a lot of jaggies going on, but this game has such a beautiful art style regardless. And when you upscale it, it looks pretty nice. I mean, upscale it through an emulator, take a look at it, holy smokes. It's not too shabby looking. I think it could be like really impressive looking. Now, it's not going to be on the same level as like Final Fantasy 12, which is set in the same world or whatever, but man, it would be so good to play this game, the remastered version. Make it look like those Tactics Ogre portraits that we recently got. Oh, that would be lovely. The combat in this game is, again, very unique. It's different. And I think that's part of the appeal, is that we don't see a lot of games like this. I mean, I guess kind of like that VAT system in Fallout, but like more action-oriented, which I guess you could also melee stuff in Fallout, but whatever, you get the point. Very awesome game, very awesome combat. Again, not too terribly long, and probably would do well. I think people have been asking for Vagrant Story for a long time, and we still are. Secret of Evermore. There's no secret. I love this game. I did a video about Secret of Evermore as well. It's different. It's a weird game. I would think it's a little more, it's darker than Secret of Mana, and I really liked it. The action plays very much like Secret of Mana, but it has like this dark art style. Of course, any 2D game I would love to see is a 2D HD remake like Octopath Traveler and Live Alive or Live Alive, whatever, that 2D HD art style is just Oh,
I'll have what she's having.
it's a dream. It's a dream come true for old school RPG enthusiasts. It's gorgeous. So I would love to see Secret of Evermore in that style. And again, I recognize that this is more of a remake idea than a remaster, but even releasing Secret of Evermore as an upscaled sprites and such on new hardware, man, I'd be down for that. I'd play to that again. I'm sure you can make some easy fixes to Secret of Evermore as well. There were a few gripes I had about the game. Like, there was particular magic that you would just focus on and stick to that and not do anything else. So you could probably revamp the magic system a little bit, maybe scale down the experience or scale up the whole thing like the Pixel Remaster, where you could increase the amount of gold and increase the amount of experience that you get per battle or whatever, per fight. I don't think that the game would benefit from fast forwarding, as you can already run pretty fast in the game, and the battles are action oriented, so it'd be kind of difficult, I think, to speed that up. Oh my goodness, to have some kind of maps for the desert place and all these other places, oh, that'd be great. Maybe even some kind of hint or guide for the trade setup. That seems like a pretty easy thing to do, to add to a remaster. Again, I think it would be good. My last game on this list is going to be no surprise. Nobody's going to be surprised about that one, but we're going to talk about it anyway. But we got 2 more to go before then. Xenogears. Now listen, I haven't played through Xenogears. I played a little bit of it, but man, what a cool game. It's a little more active. You're doing some button combinations and fighting and using those points to beat the crap out of stuff in battle. That's awesome. And it's already a beautiful game. It has those 2D sprites on 3D backgrounds, and it's really lovely. I don't think it would be that difficult of a remaster to just upscale some of these 3D models and then just give us, honestly, you know where I'm going with this? I'd like to see some HD. I'd like to see some 2D HD action with this as well, but given the 3D models in the game, I can understand not doing that. Drop shadow on those sprites and upscale the 3D models to 1080p or 4K or something. That'd be great. Throw some lighting effects in there. Actually, I guess I'm kind of getting into the HD 2D remake again, but whatever. Anyway, this game is beloved. It's crazy how much people are into this game right now. RPG enthusiasts are absolutely wild about this game. People worship this game. It's crazy. So to introduce this and make this accessible to another audience outside of emulation would be wonderful. That'd be so good. That way we can have more people to talk about this game and more ways to experience this game. I feel like it would really lend itself to a remaster. And there's some complaints about the second disc and some story issues there. Maybe this is an opportunity to go back and kind of fix that. Or give us some version that's the fixed version versus the original version, or something like that. I'm not sure of the whole story. I would love to hear it if anybody has some comments to make about it, but apparently Xenogears, the second disc, is a little janky compared to the first, which is apparently a masterpiece. And is apparently so good it just doesn't hurt the overall. But what a good opportunity this would be to take care of that. To address that issue, like a patch almost from years ago. Brave Fencer Musashi. Now this game is very action-oriented, but man, it is cinematic, it is gorgeous, it is so fun, and it's easy to see how nice this would look if you upscale it in emulation. It's just, it's lovely. We can do the same sort of thing, increase the resolution of the character portraits, make those look really nice, redo these 3D models. The whole thing, again, it's a larger game. It's not incredibly long, but it's a wonderful action RPG. It's a lot of fun. You don't see games like this as much anymore. So it's nice and quirky, it's fun, but it also has a very serious story going on in the background. I got a feeling there's a lot of Brave Fencer Musashi fans out there that have been waiting patiently, maybe not so patiently, for a remaster of this game. And that would be some easy money as well, because you know we'd be buying it. In Brave Fencer Musashi, I really like the whole running down the wall sort of thing that he does. That's awesome. Then there's the running up the spiral. It was just weirdly cinematic with the way they set things up in that game, this was really impressive stuff for the PlayStation 1. This was like bleeding edge for me. I thought it was incredible, and I don't think I'm alone. And it should come as no surprise that the number one game that I would love to see remastered, and most people would love to see remastered, is of course Chrono Trigger. This game is absolute. I did a video about it, about how we never surpassed it, how it's just so important to video games and RPGs, and there are so many people that were just in the comments being like, yes, 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 because I know the fans are out there. This game is nearly perfect, I would argue, and it would just be so nice to get some kind of HD version of this. Of course, HD 2D, I'm preaching to the choir, we all want it. Just give it to us. It prints money. It prints money. This game is so important. There is a Steam version out there of the game. There's the DS version, there's the PlayStation 1 version, there is the Super Nintendo version, but there's a lot of potential here. With a 2D HD remake, this game will be absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I would want it outside of that. I don't think I would want the Secret of Mana treatment. I wouldn't want to see a 3D version of it unless they did like a Final Fantasy VII remake version of this. That would, it deserves it. Don't get me wrong. And I could be patient knowing it was coming. But in the meantime, I would be excited about an HD 2D version of this. I can't think of an RPG that I would want more as an HD 2D remake. They could upscale the anime cutscenes to make those look lovely. Increase the time on battles if you wanted to. Increase the amount of money that you get from battles. Maybe a quest log. Maybe give some kind of maps. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with Chrono Trigger to make it just that much better. But it is a wonderful game as is. I don't think you could screw it up. Like, you'd really have to try hard to break that. So just giving fans some options. Some new graphics to make it look pretty. Give us an orchestrated version of the music or a non-orchestrated version we can switch back and forth on. Maybe even make it so we can switch the graphics back and forth. Oh, that would be great. I know I'm asking a lot here, but that seems like it is a smart business choice. It seems like it's a no-brainer to give us Chrono Trigger again. Because you know we're going to buy it. You know we're going to buy it. Obviously, this is a passionate topic for me because it's kind of like when you're a child and you're thinking about like your heroes, like who would win in a fight sort of stuff, and you're hypothesizing and thinking about games that are really cool and things that you'd like to see. I'm very passionate about these games. I'm very passionate about RPGs. And so there's a lot out there. There's so much to talk about. So much discourse that can happen over this. So let's hope that we can get some of these games. What about you all? What do you think would be your number one game you'd like to see Square Enix remaster? And what would you like to see in that remaster? Let me know in the comments, man. This stuff's so important to me. It's so interesting. I read every single comment because gaming discourse is important. We should continue.